Holly, it is a different pair that they're facing because that's part of Hawaii's philosophy. They like to mix up their pairs until they find the right chemistry at the end of the season.
They do, and it's really important because you know, you're looking for the right chemistry. Chemistry is super important in the sport of beach volleyball. You need to work well together, and it's not always your two best players. Chemistry, important. Nice blocker with a good defender is always good.
Long and Tucker versus Frary and Sanchez getting things underway, and we know how much each one of these matches counts as you look at the epic finish for Arizona.
Big kill by Sierra Sanchez. Both players can block, but Vanessa Frary is the stronger blocker of the two. Good at shot blocking. The team of Ginger Long and Michaela Tucker have been playing very well lately. Ginger Long, fifth-year senior, she's a grad student. Loves to push her program, her teammates, to be their best every day. She holds them accountable.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Hall says it's great to have somebody do that. I mean, people don't always like to be held accountable, he said, but for a coach, to know that one of your players has set that standard, maybe even more than one, but he really credits Ginger Long. Little shot, rolls on the tape.
Vanessa Frere for Florida State, patrolling the net. She pushes over, but that ball does not pass the top of the tape.
Brady serves. Yeah! Hubby wife, you see it every time.
I like the jump float serve into the middle of the court because in the wind it can take a left or right turn. That thing just drops for the ace.
Pokey down the line, it's good.
Huge play by Ginger Long just to get there and poke the ball over the court from the bad side. Good control.
Arizona's pair of Mao and Mason and Steve Walker just walked by, eyes, you know, lit up there with their win as Arizona goes to rest while Hawaii and Florida State play. Sanchez sets Brady. Up at the net. Perfect. Listening to your partner.
I love it. Michaela Tucker, nice, easy cut shot, but it starts with a good pass and set. It really opens up the court when you're up at the net and able to put it wherever you want.
Long. Or sorry, Tucker with the serve. Heat brought by Brady.
Coach Brooke Niles talks about Vanessa Frere. She's so physical. She can do it all, and right now, Florida State in good position from the bad side, up 6-3.
How about that for ball control?
Michaela Tucker with a super sharp cut shot. Look at that, right along the tape, able to drop.
Holly, you always talk about the importance of the hand in beach volleyball. There you see the hand.
Absolutely, you need to make good hand contact on the ball in order to control it, get the spin you want on the ball. The spin and direction.
Yeah, very different from the indoor game. It's one of the things that changes. So many people indoor to pick up that ball, 6. Tucker looks at it, no blocker on.
Come on, behind you, easy. Yeah, nobody right, nobody right.
Nobody on. And again, Tucker goes the other way. Both teams scrappy, picking it up with no blockers. And then just an error.
Well, you saw the fantastic drop and dig by Vanessa Frere from Florida State, but the ball just blew on her. She was gonna do a nice, easy standing free ball, and the ball blew behind her, forcing an error.
Up at the net. Pokey down the line, and another point for Hawaii. Michelle, you enjoying this view courtside?
I sure am, Anne-Marie, and as you see, Hawaii's going on a little bit of a point streak here. When I spoke to the Florida State girls before this, they said they were a little wary about being on this bad side of the wind. The big key for them on this side is to keep the game simple and short, as they told me before the game.
Well, thanks so much. We'll see if they actually execute that. The wind has been a huge factor today.
And Florida State with a good switch, up 8-6.
1, 2, and 4. 5 minutes.
Strong start.
Yeah, as Ferry and Sanchez, now they're on the good side, yes, and so to go up with an 8-6 switch to the good side, Michelle McMahon's right, they kept it simple. Cut, crusher.
Big kill cross court by Michaela Tucker. She gets up and bangs that ball cross court, catches the tape and takes a little turn, unable to defend it, is Florida State.
Long and Tucker moved up to threes for this tournament. They had been the 4 pairs for Hawaii, had been performing well. Crashed.
Hawaii keeping the ball on Vanessa Ferry. But look, she goes up and hammers that, you know, making the win look like it's not even a factor. That's really good ball control by Florida State.
Tucker, the call is line. The block comes up late, angle call, and that's exactly where Tucker goes to dig it. To the corner, nope, it's out.
Good communication again, Vanessa Ferretti. Good touch at the net defensively with her block.
Short serve. Well, that's the worst, is it not?
Super unfortunate error for Florida State. When you put that type of pressure on your opponent, you get a free ball and there's just a communication breakdown.
That's so frustrating as the server. I just gave you a great serve to work on the line, and it's back for the Seminoles.
Well, back-to-back points for Hawaii right there with an ace from the bad side.
Given away with that one long, the 2-point deficit now back up. And with another service error, a 1-point game on court number 3, Long and Tucker trailing. On court number 5, Hannah Rooks and Homayan of Hawaii with a 12-9 lead over Esposito and Luke of Florida State. And so as the coaches talk to their players, we're going to step away for a moment. When we continue, the action will get started with the 1s, 2s, and 4s. This is what they are playing for, a beautiful trophy, the 2016 NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship team title. The 3s and 5s are underway, and it looks like it's going to shape up to be another huge battle. Florida State and Hawaii in the winner's bracket, battling it out. We're going to return to the action on court number 3, where Long and Tucker are trailing by 1 against Ferry and Sanchez.
You got it. Come on. Right, nobody?
Ferry. Goes down the line, it works.
Big Florida State kill, side out from the bad side. Hawaii retreating off the net, that's the right decision.
And poking, and it goes long. And Michelle on court 3, what's going on?
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Florida State just took the 3-point advantage here in this first set. I listened in on Hector Gutierrez's huddle before this, and he just calmed the girls down. He was a very easing presence on the sideline. He said, get back to your game. Don't try to be perfect. Keep it consistent and keep it simple, guys.
Well, that is a lot of it. Thanks so much, Michelle. The effort to be perfect will more often end up in an error.
And especially in the win, I love Coach Hector Gutierrez, the assistant for Florida State. He's from Spain, has a lot of experience coaching pros at the highest level and a lot of international teams. But that's it, just keep them calm, keep them focused on little touches.
In the win, a lot of times the errors will make all the difference. There you see another hitting error. The lead now cut to just 1.
Hawaii is a strong defensive team. They're putting pressure on Florida State right now.
Off the tape, trying to change directions.
Lucky break for Florida State. Gosh, a little bit of a trouble pass, a standing kill that just taps the top of the tape and drops.
Long sets. Tucker.
Angle. Come on.
Call his angle, no touch.
Hitting there for Hawaii from the good side.
Chaser. Nobody. Put up well by Ginger Long. Nobody on. Oh my, that's a lot of heat.
Well, the play is spectacular because Vanessa Ferretti, number 12, drops off the net, one arm stab, keeps it alive. Her partner, Sierra Sanchez, great set on top of the net, able to just hammer that down for the point.
Florida State's 3s and 4s have switched at times as well. So both of these teams have spent time at 4 as well as 3. And as we head over to court 5, Nicole Branna, bring us up to date, please.
Anne-Marie, both teams are doing well on this windy side. Hawaii got on a roll with a couple points, and when Florida State switched over to the good side, they got a couple points in a row. Haley Luke got some blocks. And there's another ace by Hawaii.
Have errors been the story, or is it just strong serving and good defensive plays?
Very good serving from this windy side, a few aces, and they're both actually sighting out quite well. There's been a few blocks here and there, but overall, the play is going well.
Nicole, do you like playing in this wind since you know what to do with it?
When I first started my career, it wasn't my favorite, but I learned from Holly McPeak and Lane Youngs. You got to use that wind to your advantage. So I got the old jump serve out and tried to whack it into that wind, the end line, and get the teams in trouble.
All right, well, we'll see if they do the same here. Thanks so much, Nicole. The wind has been fierce. Taking a look at the flags, the trees, everything flying around here. The hair, they didn't show us Nicole's hair, but we know it's probably up. Start of the day, it was 3 to 14 miles per hour. Now it's 12 to 23. Now, keep in mind, we saw this yesterday afternoon when we were here and teams were practicing. Everybody knew it was going to kick up.
Yeah, you know what? It dies and then it picks up, and it dies and it picks up. But for the most part, it's windy.
Holly, I'll ask you the same question that I asked Nicole. Did you like playing in the wind because you knew how to use it?
I did, and I look forward to it. I feel like wind's a great equalizer if you know how to use it. It's all about ball control, knowing where to set, knowing where to attack in the wind, and an aggressive serve into the wind can take you on long scoring runs.
And did you make Nicole bring out that jump serve when you guys first started playing together?
Absolutely, it's such a weapon.
Going to the middle. Luke up, no one on as she falls away. A little bit of a gator dig, and then Rooks left hand. Esposito had a phenomenal dig there, but it was just sent long.
Big play from Hawaii to go up 19-17 in this first set.
Blockers there. It's turned into a bit of a slugfest on court 5.
It certainly has. Haley Luke back in the lineup after a couple weeks off. She had tendonitis in her foot, but shows she's feeling good.
Yeah, and Luke back to serve. Now it's Luke, the jump serve and then the run to the net. No, that was Esposito. Little shot, doesn't go.
Florida State ties it up 19-19. There's the advantage, aggressive serve. They're on the good side. You want to end the match on the good side. It makes it a lot easier to score points.
Esposito again. Does it drop? Looking for the signal, it doesn't.
Looked like that ball just missed the back line, but had some downward movement right at the end.
And on court 3, the action hot as well. It's Ferry and Sanchez being fought hard by Long and Tucker. It is set point on court 5, right side of your screen. And Esposito and Luke say, not yet. Tied up on court 5 on the right, 19-18 court 3 on the left. Both of these teams looking to get an early advantage in their singular matches. To the back line.
Big time side out from Hawaii, from the bad side. Puts them at advantage.
Set point for Hamayan and Rooks. And both Florida State players try to pass it, and so Hamayan and Rooks will take the first set on court number 5. And it is set point on court number 3 as Frede and Sanchez have a 1-point advantage.
Go on it. Straight up. Right.
It's up, the call is there. Set point.
Come on.
Looking for the back line, and it will go extra points again.
Michaela Tucker, Ginger Long on the good side right now, finding the open corner. Like I said, good to end on the good side, and when you're at the end of the match or the end of the set, that's where you want to be.
High line. Yeah!
What a put away by Florida State.
Big time kill down the line. Now a chance to finish off the first set.
Angle is the call. Ginger Long, so mentally tough.
Coach Jeff Hall, the Hawaii coach, talks about Ginger Long. She's going to do anything to win. She is a tough competitor.
And she is at the service line now. See, she controls her adrenaline and puts up a very tough serve for Frede and Sanchez.
But Florida State on the good side, wind in their face. They can be a little bit more aggressive with their pass and their offense.
Long serves and goes all the way up to the net, then comes back. No touch, and it's Long. Hawaii set point.
That ball set too far off the net. You want to push your partner up to the net so they've got more angles to put the ball away.
Long serves, goes up to the net. Service ace to end it.
Back-to-back big plays from the bad side. Hawaii pulls it out in the first set. Look at his jump serve. Ace just dropped to hit the back line.
Hawaii's 3 and 5 pairs take their first sets in extra points.
We worked extremely hard.
Points for Hawaii early on. How will Florida State's 3 and 5 respond? They have to win the second set in order to push it. Hey, beauty doesn't come naturally, whether it's the palm trees or the makeup, the hair, which has all been destroyed by the wind, by the way. What a beautiful scene here in Gulf Shores, Alabama. The 90th championship for the NCAA may be its most beautiful one ever. We're going to join the action on court number 1. Let you get a look at the 1 pairs for these teams.
Right now, Emily Malio and Katie Spieler up 17-11 against Florida State's Jace Pardon and Julie Brown. But right now, Florida State switching to the bad side, wind at their back, and the wind seems to keep picking up, dying down, picking up, but mostly windy.
Jace Brown serves. Spieler. And Spieler, the smaller player certainly by far for Hawaii at just 5'5", but her ball control is sick.
Well, Coach Jeff Hall for Hawaii talks about Katie Spieler like in glowing terms because she is the face of this program. Work ethic, first to practice, last to leave. She's undersized but plays big. She's on the beach all summer long competing in the opens, working on her game, and you can see why. She got her master's in just 4 years. She went to undergrad and graduate school, finishing in 4 years, 2-time All-American. Number 5 right there with the big dig for Hawaii.
Yeah, and she picked up her 100th beach win earlier today. Gonna be back to defend. The little one to the line, well placed by Florida State.
Julie Brown came up with a nice defensive play and transition. Good set by Jace Parton, pushing her partner up to the net, telling her what's open.
Spieler's gonna see every serve. Doesn't care, she just makes them all work.
Well, you see the size difference between Emily Malio and Katie Spieler, big time, 6'4" and 5'6"-ish, maybe 5'7".
No one up, and it is powered down by Jace Parton.
Jace Parton is so fun to watch. She's from Manhattan Beach, California. She's basically a redshirt senior. So fun to watch, All-American, Conference Player of the Year. So good offensively.
As that one is put down, Parton and Brown fighting. Spieler's cousin, Micah Ma, set last night at the men's national championship tournament for UCLA. Whole family's got great ball control. That one put down. Hawaii takes set number 1 on the one pairs. Let's take a look over at court 2 where our friend Kelly Tennant's standing by.
Thank you, Anne Marie. Florida State on top right now, 19-15 in this first set. It's been rough with the wind. Nicole talked a lot about it and how the players have been reacting, but I've seen a lot of points lost because of the wind factor, whether it's the serve going out or not even making it to the net, or balls flying around the net and they're not able to play them up. So it's really impacting both teams, but Hawaii is somehow finding a way to keep their energy up. They talked about it during their timeout, really working on that energy, trying to stick with it and trying to work through that wind with their serve.
Well, and Kelly, there's some things that are controllable with the wind, right, and some that aren't. Holly's been talking about that you have to keep a blocker on. Have they been doing that?
They haven't really been keeping a blocker on as much as I think they should. They've really been having to pull off more than I think they'd like to.
Thanks so much, Kelly. The first set there goes to Pelletieri and Paranagua for court 2, and so all the action is happening. And let's check in again at court 5 with Nicole Branna.
Anne Marie, Hawaii is off to a great start this match. I am very impressed with Hannah Rooks. She is taking over this match and playing well. They're serving Haley Luke, and she's struggling a little right now with her side-out game. Needs to pass better and get up there and attack the ball hard. But Hawaii has come out strong and looking like they just want to dominate this match.
Hey, Nicole, when you say you're impressed with Rooks, in what way?
Well, speaking with their coach, he said that she hadn't played beach volleyball before, and I'm looking at her thinking, hard to believe. She's dominating the net, cranking the ball down, and serving well from the end line.
Thanks so much, Nicole. It's a high compliment from you when you say you're impressed with somebody. Turn, what a beautiful turn that one was from Haley Luke.
Haley Luke, she's big, she's physical. She's the indoor setter for the Florida State team. She jump serves and runs to the net, and I'll tell you, not many people can do that physically. They get worn out, but not Haley Luke.
Homayan. Up again, nobody on the turn. Did it grab the line?
Nikki Esposito chopped that line. I thought it got a piece of the line. The referee is coming down off his stand and looking at the ball mark. That's why they rake the line, under the lines in between timeouts and when they can, because you can clearly see the ball mark in the sand in that situation. And the referee says the ball mark is out.
Okay, let's go, Ari. Right here.
So Ari Homayan back to serve. Homayan and Rooks won set number 1 and extra points. What a nice shot deep for Haley Luke.
Haley Luke challenging that big block, going deep middle with some power for Florida State.
One blocker there, just going right over it, no problem, nice and smooth. Esposito cranking away. Homayan, no one on.
Line over, reach.
Rooks says the net's closed.
Impressive block at the net by Hannah Rooks on Nikki Esposito. And they sit down. Hawaii up 12-9 in the second set.
Rooks played the threes for Hawaii all of last year. According to coach, she really just has so much talent. Rooks, meanwhile, played with Nikki Taylor, who played the twos for Hawaii, so in high school. So it's really been an incredible changing around of partners for Hawaii, and great chemistry and success. Coach Jeff Hall tells us he wants O-positive players. That's what he calls them. O-positive meaning they can play with anybody and do everything.
I believe O-positive is the universal blood type. So yes, you can play right, you can play left, you can play with anybody. He wants interchangeable parts, and he's looking for the right chemistry.
When you played on the beach, did you change sides depending on your partner? Or did you always play on the same side? I'm just wondering.
I mean, because I'm undersized, I was usually always the defender, or actually always. And I prefer the right side, but I did play 1 or 2 tournaments on the left side.
So you're A-positive then. It's different.
Correct.
Court 5 as they take to the court again. Will the action continue? The momentum for Homayan and Rooks, who are now on the good side.
Coach Jeff Hall had such great things to say about Ari Homayan, freshman beach volleyball player, who's so happy. She's a really good small player who has potential to surpass even a Katie Spieler, who he says is the face of the Hawaii volleyball program. But this team, he just likes to put the size, the big block, the physicality in the defender. He likes this matchup.
Yeah, and he also likes the 3-year starter, Hannah Rooks, with his only freshman, Homayan.
Big play right there by Jace Pardon. Excuse me.
All right, here we go.
12-9, second set.
Come on, no one? Yeah, come on.
Pressure. And it's not worth the chase. It's out of the lines. And
Florida State from the bad side, big swing.
Haley Luke. And Luke and Esposito dropped 1 set to Stetson, Richardson, and Walsh earlier this morning.
Nikki Esposito grew up in Deerfield Beach, Florida. We used to have pro tournaments there all the time, and I'm sure she was exposed to that. Solid all-around beach player for Florida State.
What an up, one arm. It goes flying off, though, and Florida State challenging hard.
Another point from the bad side.
Rooks just turns it where they're not. Can't get any better than that.
The big lefty has a nice touch. We've seen her power, but she's got nice, look at that top spin roll. Fantastic.
Rooks will serve and then charge the net. Nice serve on the outside, and what an ace serve from Hannah Rooks.
Usually you want to serve into the wind. That would be serving the left sider for Florida State, but serving the right sider, that ball really moved and blew away from the passer.
That one drops, and it'll be 2 aces consecutively for Hannah Rooks in Hawaii.
Hannah Rooks likes to score from the net, but shows she can score from the back line as well for Hawaii.
Goes for it a 3rd time. She was drawing him in.
Well, you see the control. She was going after that same spot, just blowing 1 inch wide.
Can we give a little credit to Florida State for the eye, by the way? That is something to let that one go and have it work out.
Especially after you just got ace.
Twice.
Twice, correct.
Yeah. But Haley Luke and Nikki Esposito down 4 on the good side. And gave one away.
You do not want to miss your serve from the good side.
Pass is solid. Offline and a net violation against Rooks of Hawaii. Esposito's serve is short. Homayan, no one on, says you make me come up, I'm gonna make you come up.
Ari Homayan, great cut shot. Nikki Esposito saw it, but the ball was dropping too fast to track.
Homayan has been so versatile for Coach Jeff Hall. She's played with Maglio, she's played with Schreiber, she's played with a ton of other people, as we've talked about. Brooks, the big block, and it's at the back line.
Good turn by Nikki Esposito to avoid the big block of Hannah Rooks.
Oh, another ace serve. Florida State bringing it from the service line.
Well, it's interesting. Haley Luke serving that same ball that Hannah Rooks was going line to line, serving at the right sider on the bad side of the net.
Yeah, that's somebody who's taking it in.
Line over, line over. Really? Yeah.
Rooks, and again, she just does the little things right.
Hannah Rooks going up, big block on that play.
Homayan serving. She's keeping the pressure on Luke, even though Esposito's trying to take more of the court. Luke turns it.
It's interesting, Hawaii really going after Haley Luke, the bigger of the two players, but maybe they don't want to face off against the crafty beach player, Nikki Esposito.
With the side switch, Homayan and Rooks on what you would consider the better side. Homayan seeing all serves. Terminal.
Good aggressive swing, but starts with a good pass, good set, pushing the ball forward. Ari Homayan goes up and really aggressive into the wind.
And it is match point for Homayan and Rooks of Hawaii, looking to put the first point of the duel on the board for the Sandbows. Essentially a free ball, if you will, and Homayan just puts it where they're not. Homayan and Rooks pick up the match and the first point of the set.
Hawaii's number 5 proven to be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. So with Hawaii, a 1-0 lead in the school. The action will continue on. Have your feet gotten sandy yet? We're having a blast in Gulf Shores. Hawaii draws first blood in this 2016 NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship versus Florida State. And right now, Michelle is standing by. Michelle, what's going on in your court?
Anne-Marie, Florida State held their own for most of that second set. Where Hawaii started to take over was on the offensive side of things. They were picking their shots and they were executing them just so. Particularly, Ginger Long took over on the momentum side of things. And where Florida State got in trouble was on the defensive side of things. Hector Gutierrez mentioned to his team, you need to stay stopped on defense and then react to where the ball is going. They're just on the move a little too much, Anne-Marie.
Thanks so much, Michelle. Just on the move a little too much, Holly. We'll see what happens. Long and Tucker, extra point victory.
Yeah, come on.
Pokey! Oh, what an up!
Nobody. Come on.
Yeah, you bet Long and Tucker are gonna put that away.
Big time play by Michaela Tucker, wow. Runs down this quick poke shot and then a little cut shot of her own, gets to drop sharp.
No blocker on. The net. The tape shot.
It's good to be aggressive, especially with the wind. And now Florida State just down by 1 in the second set. Switching to the good side. Can they make it work for them? That's the question.
Sanchez serving. Long sets. Tucker has the cross-court blocks.
Michaela Tucker coming up with some big plays. Looks like she has some kinesio tape on her shoulder. That probably means she gets a lot of serves.
No one on as she pulling off and dig. Ginger Long So tough, puts it up in the wind. Oh, Florida State was not gonna give in.
Vanessa Ferretti, number 12, set the ball too tight, but covered herself. Sets her partner, Sierra Sanchez, for the saving backline pokey.
Brady and Long, 2 epic one-hand digs in the last 3 points, and a service ace following from Florida State. It's tied up.
Vanessa Ferretti comes up with a huge service line. Lots of teams having success down the line at the right sider on the bad side, which is the right side of your screen.
Service error to follow, and it is match point for Long and Tucker. This is huge. Long and Tucker get another point, and it's Hawaii 2-0. No one on. Florida State with the point tied up.
That ball dropped out of bounds, hit the top of the tape, looked like it was going to bounce in, bounces wide.
Wow, and so Hawaii with a 2-0 lead off of that bounce. Long and Tucker get it done. And now all the pressure is on the 1, 2s, and 4s. And speaking of the 4s, Nicole Branna is there.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Court 4, Florida State handedly won the first set. They are up now 16-9 in the second. They're playing great, consistent volleyball, and really keeping the pressure on Hawaii here.
Oh, that's huge because, again, it's a 2-0 lead. And so for Florida State's Montgomery and Horton to have that kind of a command, Holly, is really critical for the Seminoles.
Oh, Florida State needs to get on the scoreboard, and it looks like in the 4 position they have a chance.
Yeah, and they're going to have to. 4s, 1s, and 2s for Florida State must win for Florida State to stay in the winner's bracket. Remember, this is a double elimination, though, and so loser of this just goes through the contender bracket. You have to lose twice to be out of this tournament.
Correct. If you were to lose this match, or your school would lose this match, you have another chance. But the teams in the contenders bracket, it's win or go home.
Horton passes. Cutting.
Annie Montgomery back to serve. She's got some nice size. She can block, defend, and she's got a great jump float serve.
Line is the call. Zalapany puts it away.
Laura Schreiber, you hear that accent, line. There's a little German accent in there. She's got some international experience. She's played for Germany on the international FIVB tour. She was a fantastic indoor setter, and according to her coach, Jeff Hall, says she's got the best hands on the beach in terms of hand setting.
Yeah, and he said that's the way the Germans teach it. They require you to use your hands.
They certainly do. And the other thing that's interesting about her, she's 6'1", but she doesn't like to be the blocker. Usually when you're 6'1", you go up with the net and block, but she likes to stay back and play defense when her partner, the smaller player, will go up to the net and block mostly.
Look at those hands like nectar, and they're put away by Zalapany.
And a nice low hand set. I like that in the wind.
Schreiber serving. The line's there, slowed down. Sent over, bit of a treble play. Yeah, the back bump was coming.
Broken plays in this wind, sometimes it makes sense. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'll tell you, whatever it takes to drop, and Florida State needed that point.
You're not a huge fan of it because if anybody tried it on you, you'd always get up and be like, how dare you?
Correct.
Really? You insult me with your back bump. We'll see. Every time somebody goes back on the good side, and I understand they're on the bad side now, I find myself wondering if they're going to serve down the line because we've seen so much success there. Kind of goes against conventional wisdom, but it's been successful today. Schreiber will crush. The blocker was in her line, even though that was the call.
Big block by Katie Horton, and that's why she's in the lineup for Florida State. She adds some size at the 4 position.
And an ace serve there as Florida State's Montgomery and Horton pick up the set. And the first point of the duel for Florida State. It's 2-1 now.
This is going to go down to the wire again, and this is what makes college beach volleyball so exciting, the team aspect where you need 5 good teams trying to get you those 3 victories.
And so Montgomery and Horton did their work. Now it comes down to their teammates, Julie Brown and Jace Pardon of Florida State on court 1 against Spieler and Maglio. That's the right side of your court screen. And on court 2, it comes down to Nina Pelletieri and Tori Paranagua versus Nikki Taylor and Kaidi Shook for Hawaii. Paranagua and Pelletieri on court 2 won the first set. They are at match point for court 2, looking to tie it up at 1 apiece. Going high line. Look at court 2 on the left side of your screen. It is match point. Pokey. And the block will extend it for Hawaii.
Wow, Pelletieri for Florida State covers herself, but can't put it away on the poke over.
And on court number 1, it is split. Pardon and Brown take the second set versus Maglio and Spieler. That one will go to a third and deciding set. And it remains match point. And there it is on court 2. The match goes to Paranagua and Pelletieri. It's tied up now, 2-all.
And again, it comes down to the last match, the ones going 3. This is so exciting. You see head coach for Florida State, Brooke Niles, running over to the court. She wants to get in the box and give some good advice.
We're gonna step away for a minute, let you catch your breath. And when we come back, it's down to the ones in a decisive set, 3. Well, he just got off this boat, and that's one of the ways you can get to the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship here in Gulf Shores. Come on in, you're just in time. Tied up at 2 apiece for Florida State and Hawaii. It all comes down to the ones. Tied up at 2 apiece, the ones are split at 1 set apiece. The crowd has just gotten huge at center court. Spieler and Maglio of Hawaii face Brown and Pardon of Florida State.
Hawaii will start on the good side. Katie Spieler on the service line.
Florida State comes into this tournament 29-1. Their only loss was to Hawaii. Going rainbow to the corner. Seminoles corner.
Big time side out by Julie Brown. Jace Pardon called line and then changed it to the angle. Julie Brown hurt her.
Spieler sets. Turn out.
Interesting, Florida State mixing it up and going it. The big player for Hawaii and unforced hitting error right there.
Yeah, and a second time to Maglio. These are the first serves she's seen today. Maglio does not make the same mistake twice.
Emily Maglio at 6'4", lots of offensive range. And I'll tell you, when your partner's been getting served the whole match, sometimes your rhythm is off. It's hard to find your rhythm offensively.
Huge wind gust and a crush down, absolutely unloaded.
Jace Pardon is kind of unassuming, but so dynamic, very explosive, in the best shape of her career. Big kill from the bad side.
Julie Brown serving. Back to Spieler. Spieler, little crafty, her knuckles will crush it. No blocker!
What a set by Jace Pardon, the partner Julie Brown. Just hung up there, did not blow like you'd expect in the wind. Open net. Starts with a good turn off the block by Julie Brown, and then boom for the kill.
Julie Brown serving into the wind. And it goes long.
Florida State trying to be aggressive, just too long on the serve.
Spieler from the back line. Goes at Brown. No one on. Maglio Passes Spieler, epic set. Gonna make it go twice. It goes wide, point Wahine.
Jace Pardon with a fantastic dig, pokes it down the line, just missing. Big Hawaii point.
Spieler at the back line again. No one on. They make Maglio defend it.
Go!
Very tight. Maglio wants to close it. Dig is out.
Emily Maglio's got some size at the net, but showing she can drop off the net and dig balls. But this ball, Jace Pardon, not intimidated by the block, goes up and bangs for the Florida State point.
Spieler says, bring it. Little one. Jace Pardon is unconscious.
Wow, and Julie Brown puts up a good set off that dig. Jace Pardon knows how to win. Look at outside the block. So hard to get as a defender.
Wow, taking a breath during the timeout as the Seminole fans show their might. They are surrounding center court. Taking a look at the match summary, Holly, it started out with a Hawaii 2-0 lead.
Well, Hawaii 2-0, but Florida State came back big time with Montgomery Horton at 4s and Paranagua and Pelletieri at 2s, and then it's fun when it comes down to the 1s because usually they're your best team. They should be.
Yeah, it's really interesting because you feel like, oh, a 2-0 lead, that can be so tough. The next 2 points were within 5 minutes of each other. All of a sudden, you're evened up, the pressure comes. We saw in our earlier match that everything came down to the 4s, to Mao and Mason. It was fun.
And the team aspect so exciting because it could come down to any pairs and you never know which ones.
Here, this is the best that these 2 teams have to put out. And down the line it goes as Hawaii picks up a point. Well, if you're enjoying this, imagine what tomorrow is going to feel like. NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship coverage continues tomorrow live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on True TV. Oh, and don't miss the finals. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on TBS. It has been thrilling today in the first day of action, and we're not even done yet. We've got USC and Pepperdine coming up. No one on. Maglio digs. Spieler, and this is a tough angle. Well handled.
I think one of the things that makes somebody a good blocker is when they can block and make a difference at the net, but then when they can retreat and dig balls like Emily Maglio, only a freshman, making plays by digging off the net.
Getting off, retreating and digging, as you just said. It's up at the net, tough angle, blocks in front of her. Spieler, here comes the crafty. The block was big for Florida State.
Big time block by Julie Brown. Point opportunity for Katie Spieler, and Hawaii goes aggressive, but Julie Brown has the answer.
Going at Spieler again. They've tried Maglio a bit. Spieler sees every inch of that court as an opportunity.
Katie Spieler and Jace Pardon face off all the time. 2 competitors who know each other well.
Great pass. Maglio is going to stay. Oh, she missed that one. She wants that back. Spieler touches it.
Maglio had a great step block, got a second chance. Her poke was just too slow. Florida State capitalizes.
Hawaii needs to move next play at this point. Florida State applying tremendous pressure. It's tight.
Go!
And Katie Spieler has been amazing today, digging in the side switch.
Hawaii going to the bad side.
Yeah, and Katie Spieler here, how about another one? The NCAA Elite 90 award winner. senior accounting, a GPA of 4.0, graduated magna cum laude. You mentioned that she already has gotten her master's degree as well. Out by 1.5 inches.
Florida State is on the good side, and if I know Jace Pardon, she's going to make it count.
Spieler passes. Plants long and goes to that back corner.
Katie Spieler with the answer, big side out, winded her back, finding the open court. She's listed at 5'5", but knows how to find open sand.
Pardon sets Brown. No touch, it's wide, and Hawaii has battled back, tied up at 9 apiece. It's a game to 6 for which team moves on in the winner's bracket and which one goes through contenders. Low set, Spieler, no problem.
Go!
Wow. Good dig by Spieler, going for the sharp cut shot, unable to get that ball to drop for Hawaii.
Jace Pardon back to serve. Spieler checking it out. Put some heat on it. What a chase by Julie Brown. Maglio's dig was into the net.
What a good side change for Florida State, but again, they're going to the bad side. It's still going to be a big challenge. This is just a free ball by Jace Pardon. Emily Maglio caught it a little bit funny in the middle of her body and couldn't control it.
The officials are having a moment talking about it as Hawaii's coaches. Wow, the call ended up going Hawaii's way. Not sure what it is, but at this point, Hawaii is tied up and on the good side. Maglio serving.
First point to Florida State on the bad side. Good start. That means they can score one more. They'll go to the good side at the end of this match.
Julie Brown serving. Pass is good. Maglio resists the temptation to crank and puts it in the back line.
Big time side out by Emily Maglio. High cross. Jace Pardon can't run it down.
Maglio waiting at the net. Going to close the line. Spieler picks it up. Block is waiting.
Watch it.
Love the knuckle dig.
Julie Brown, big time dig and kill, attacking the retreating blocker. Emily Maglio is only a freshman, redshirted last year so she could train. Now in a big time match for Hawaii.
Spieler able to use the block of Julie Brown.
Emily Maglio trying to go over. Julie Brown gets it, but can't get it to drop inbound.
Tied up 12 apiece. Maglio serving. Second consecutive service error by Emily Maglio.
The pressure's on. Emily Maglio is a young player making some big plays, but now Florida State up by 1 on the good side.
She has the veteran in Katie Spieler, the 5'5" senior originally from Santa Barbara, who was a walk-on, by the way, and is now a 2-time All-American for Hawaii. Spieler seeing the serve again.
No, not middle.
Jace Pardon. Just beautiful placement.
That set was pretty far off the net, but Jace Pardon stayed calm, got her feet way behind the ball. Nice swing for Florida State.
Into the net. Florida State comes into this tournament the 1 seed. It remains match point for Florida State. It's tight. Maglio's up there. Well, of course we're going to go to extras.
Oh my goodness. Julie Brown a little early on her approach, and that ball blew.
Spieler just smelled blood in the water.
Hey, go!
Oh my!
Jace Pardon, so explosive, big time kill.
For the match. And the duel.
Go!
Maglio well controlled. And no touch called. Florida State beats Hawaii 3-2 with this win by their runs.
Big moment for Florida State. Jace Pardon, with her leadership and her calm demeanor, really finish it off strong for them.
Now Hawaii, remember, will play on. They will go to the contenders bracket to play, but Florida State, the 1 seed, just fought it off after being down 2-0 to Hawaii. The 1s, 2s, and 4s for Florida State answered back